Hey YouTube, Megalakebodom back here. Another deck profile, the deck I'm currently working on. Since Invasion Earth came out, I was working on Corrupted. I was playing that quite a few times at Duel days. But the December Duel Day promos finally came in, so now I'm going to play a different deck for a while. I was fortunate enough to speak with one of the Leve1 members at the Toronto KMC, what he thought about the new set, and he was really optimistic about the Duel Day for December, which is Shaman of the Vigil. He's the Enforcer Beastkin evolution that gives all your Beastkins Protector and lets you untap all your Enforcers at the end of your turn. So he actually ran an Enforcer Beastkin deck at KMC, so I was fortunate enough to see that deck list. So this deck list is sort of built off of what he had that day. Of course, with all the new cards out now, the deck's a lot more solid than it was before Invasion Earth. So, Shaman of the Vigil, I've got 3 here. I think they're an excellent card, especially in a deck that pretty much runs solid Beastkins and solid Enforcers. Just a couple creatures that aren't of that race, and they're just too good to not include. So, Shaman of the Vigil is the main focus of the deck. It's sort of a light nature rush deck because it plays so many early turn drops as well as evolution, so it gets really rushy, really aggressive, really quickly. So Shaman of the Vigil, the main reason behind this deck. Second, going with Beastkins, I had to put in 3 Bronze Arm Tribe. It's just a boss evolution. Comes down on turn 4, and if they Bone Blades it, Terror Pit it, attack into it to remove it, it goes to your mana zone. So it excels so quickly. Even if they Root Trap it, it goes to your mana zone. So you're going to get free mana no matter what, and it's just a house. It's 7,000. It attacks over Blinder Beetle Prime. It's just a house. Infernus can't get at it. Infernus, well, Herald, I guess would be Herald. Herald Infernus can't get at it because it's so much stronger than it. It's just a powerhouse. Speaking about Blinder Beetle Prime, I do run 2 in the deck because it is Enforcers, and I like being able to untap it on end of turn with Shaman of the Vigil. So Blinder Beetle Prime, still a house, still putting in work. Being played in a lot of tempo decks, rush decks. I just threw 2 in here because I think 2 is a good number right now. Because I would rather have Bronze Arm Tribe because it is stronger than Blind Beetle Prime. I mean, the tap ability is great. I'm still going to go with Bronze Arm Tribe. So those are my main evolutions in the deck. Basically, next I'll just go over the bait and the rush capabilities of the deck. So for bait, Enforcers, I got 3 Magris. 3 Magris, basic. I mean, Monolith Rush runs it all the time. Some Magrises can take a lot of shields down early turn, so 3 Magris for sure. Alongside 3 Chasm Tanglers. I was considering maybe the Kraken over Chasm Tangler just because it'd be a turn later, but it'd be another 1,000 power. So far, I like the Chasm Tanglers because on turn 4, I can throw Chasm Tangler out and throw Shaman of the Vigil out. Turn 6, Blinder Beetle Prime. So Chasm Tangler's decent. A whole lot of it now. It's a blocker as well, so it's not too bad. And you know, being able to swing it at small things like Scamps and stuff like that, being able to untap it at the end of turn with Shaman of the Vigil, it's not too bad. I run 3 Prickleback. It's really good for, of course, Evolving On. It's also a very aggressive creature. You know, turn 1 comes down. The only downside rather is that it's going to go back to your hand when it breaks a shield, but whatever. It's still decent. Go back. The only 2 drop in the deck I run, of course, is 2 Moonhowler Tribe rather. 2 drop 2,000. He's decent. He's basically just Evo bait. He's a vanilla creature, so he's just Evo bait. That's about it. Like I said, I was considering Kraken to be the second 2 drop creature, but I like it this way so far. It's more speed. This way I go wide a lot faster with low drops. Another reason I like playing this deck is Swordhorn. I think Swordhorn is just a boss. 5,500 power. He's a boss. Really strong. You know, attacks over Lost Patrol. Attacks over Herald Infernus. He gets around Infernus the Awakened. Not that it really matters, because Infernus the Awakened screws his deck anyway, because he's our only play. I like Swordhorn. He's good. He's vanilla, but he's strong, so it's good. He's also an Enforcer Beastskin, so I can evolve any of my evils on top of him, if it came to that. Of course, he's not the best Evo bait I've got in the deck, but he's there if I have to. Some more Evo bait and a little more mana acceleration. Basically, I put Full Metal Lemon in here. He's a blocker, so at least I have a blocker in the deck if I were on the back pedal against Rush or something like that. And he does have that juice ability, which is going to go to the mana zone when he dies. He's also an Enforcer, so I can involve either my Blinder Beetle Prime or my Shaman of the Vigil. One minute he's in there being a defensive blocker, the next he's an aggressive attacker. So, you know, Full Metal Lemon still has its uses. A lot of decks play it, and I don't doubt why. So then we'll go to my Hexproof lineup. 3 Tricky Turnip, possibly one of the best cards in Invasion Earth. Hexproof, combo that with Keeper of Laws. You got a winning combination right there. So, the reason I'm only running 2 Keeper of Laws is because I want to keep the deck at 40, and everything else I pretty much maxed out other than Blinder Beetle Prime. So, keep Keeper of Laws at 2. Seems to be going well so far. Some days I kind of want to have 3, but at the same time, Keeper of Laws, 4. I'd rather have my, I'd rather be able to, throw a 1-drop down and then evolve into Shaman, or be able to play Sabertooth at the same time. So, Keeper of Laws, keeping it at 2 for now. Tricky Turnip, maxed at 3. It's just that good. Really makes the deck more viable, especially against control, because I can get in there with these guys. So that's my creature lineup, and then I honestly just threw 9 spells in here. What I'm testing out right now is Detain. I'm torn between Detain or Containment Field. Detain right now seems to be working pretty well. I was playing against Dragon decks. I'd go turn 1 Prickleback. They'd go turn 2 Lux if they were on the play. I'd go turn 2 Magris, Detain, tapping. They have to tap their Lux. I'd throw my Prickleback at it. They're behind. Sometimes Dragon decks just rely too much on birds, and Detain makes those early birds cry. So I've also had situations where my opponent is going for game. They've only got a couple creatures on the board. They swing with the rest of their creatures. Their last shield is my last shield to Detain. Detain's their last creature. I swing in for game. So Detain has its uses. Sometimes I want it to be Containment Field. Sometimes I like it being Detain. I like that it's a 1-drop, so it makes my all my plays really cost effective, because my mana curve it for playable cards, honestly it tops out at 5. I'll go into these. Standard spells: Torn Spark, Shield, and Root Trap. You always want them in your shield. So honestly, my mana curve tops out at 7, but I hardly ever need to play Root Trap. There's been a couple times where I've hard casted it, and the only reason I was able to hard cast it was because my lemons were dying and my Sabertooths were dying. So, that's where my mana gets efficient. That's where my creatures get efficient. So yeah, that's about it. It's Light Nature Rush. Beastkin Enforcer. So far, it's doing fairly well. I've only been testing it against Dragons, Corrupted, and Mono Light, but I'm going to Duel Day tonight, Thursday Duel Night, and I'll see how we can play some games there. See how it plays up against Kalima, Megabugs, stuff like that. I like it because it's rushy, it's stompy, it's quick, it's fast. It keeps me on my toes. It gets the adrenaline pumping because it is such a quick deck. Like I said, I was playing Corrupted until Shaman came out, because I really wanted to play Shaman because, first of all, the artwork's just fucking sweet. I really like that artwork. I liked it back in Duel Masters. Can't remember his name back in Duel Masters, but I like that artwork. The fact that he boosts your Beastkin and your Enforcers is great. So I think he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think a lot of decks, a lot of people are going to want to play decks like this with Shaman as Vigil, because it is a sweet card. Who knows? Maybe Light Nature Rush will be the base of Rush. I don't think it's going to beat out Mono Light every time, but it's a new deck. Give it a try. Builders, see what you think. I'm honestly just sick and tired of seeing dragons all over the place, and I suck at control, so I'm going to play Rush aggro stompy decks until until I retire from Kaijudo, which if Dragons keeps winning, I might just. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.